This week on the Lonnie and Ryan podcast.
Lonnie, can I ask you a personal question?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I'm an open book when it comes to money. So we pay $450 per video.
But here's another problem I have too, is that my best friend is not a big fan of Whatnot. I know.
Who's your best friend? Oh, Ryan?
My issue was that Whatnot was paying creators to sell this like dream that anybody could start selling on Whatnot and make all this money.
I think our time making YouTube videos might not be that long, Josh, to be honest.
This week, Lonnie and I are welcoming Josh, also known as Harry Tornado on YouTube, a creator who has amassed a huge following of over 443,000 subscribers. This conversation gets really deep, and we did not expect it to go in this direction. So sit back, relax, listen, and welcome with us, Harry Tornado. All right. Well, Josh, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you being willing to come on. And yeah, you got back to me pretty much right away when I reached out to you. So I appreciate that. And
willing. He asked to come on here. He
That's
told
right.
me he wanted to come here. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Josh, thank you very much for doing this. You're one heck of a sport, man. We appreciate it.
Of course. I think we had a little back and forth on one of your Facebook posts about AI, and I was like, let's bring it to the podcast. Let's duke it out.
What do you think about AI, Josh? Are you a fan, or are you
there's a limit. Yeah. I think it can be useful, but I agree with what Lonnie said. Like, I think you posted something on April Fool's Day. You're like, oh my gosh, all these freaking reseller posts with AI and all this. It gets old really quick. There's a fine line for sure.
Yeah, I think there's obviously some like really good use for it, and like I use it every day, but I don't use it for like what do they call it? Like the AI slop.
Yeah.
So
I like to use it in ways. I do use it every day as well, but I think as soon as you use AI and someone looks at your work and they say, "Oh, that's AI," well, I think you failed. I think you failed because, like, I think you can use AI in a way that people don't know, and I think that's a success. Like, it can, like, more back end type stuff that people don't really see. I do use it on photos a little bit, but I'm not using it to like generative AI so much,
Yeah.
So
I had posted one time about how I use it to create elements of a YouTube thumbnail, but I would never use it to create an entire thumbnail on its own. I feel like that's a good mixture of it because I can look at a thumbnail and immediately tell if it's ChatGPT. I think everybody can at this point. So I think just using it to assist in your creative development rather than just relying on it 100%. I think that's the way to go.
I'll tell you one use that we found that's pretty interesting. We've been doing time lapses with 3D printing. Okay. And so like every layer that the printer prints, the phone, we have a phone on a tripod in front of it, and it'll take a still shot, one still image, right? And then it does a layer, another still image. And usually you'll end up with like 300 to 500, or maybe sometimes more if it's a tall print, still images. Well, one really nice use of AI, you dump them all into a folder and you say, hey, take all those still images and output a time-lapse movie for me. And it does that without having to bring all the stuff into an editor and all that stuff. Like, it just automatically does it. Nobody has a clue, but
Absolutely.
That kind of thing.
The tedious stuff. I think that's what AI was made for, to take care of all the tedious stuff that, it really doesn't matter if AI does it or not. It's going to be the same thing, whether I sit there in my video editing software and take 12 hours to put all 500 of those images. It's going to look the exact same.
Right. Yeah. Are you like, so like on the YouTube side of things these days, do you have any creative control over like the thumbnails, or have you kind of outsourced that sort of thing? Because I know you said that you got an editor, right? Do you still use an editor?
Yeah. Riff. He's great. He's a great editor. He's a funny guy. He's been with us since October, I think. So it's been a while, and he helps with thumbnails sometimes. Like I try to make our own thumbnails, but if I have a vision in my head that I don't know how to, because I don't know how to use Photoshop, I just use Canva.
Right.
So if I have something I need Photoshop for, then I'll send it to Riff, and he'll spice it up a little bit.
Canva's pretty dang good though.
It
Like
is,
especially recently because they've implemented the AI to Canva, so you can kind of just tell Canva what you want to an extent, and it will pretty much do it for you, which is pretty cool.
You know, I haven't messed with the AI on Canva very much. I've used
It's really good.
I've used the expand because ChatGPT is really bad at making 16:9 images. It always makes them shorter. And so I use Canva to expand the images a lot to make it into a thumbnail. But I haven't used like the generative AI. I get ads for all that stuff all the time, like Artlist and the banana something with banana. I don't know. Just all those different things. You can make videos and all.
Nano banana, you talking
Nano
about?
banana, yeah.
Yeah, with that's a Gemini thing. Google's Gemini.
Okay, yeah. There's just so many, man. It's just it's like AI is taking over. Elon tried to warn us.
He did. Well, he was talking about that years ago and how like, because I think he said that he had like a meeting with President Obama when Obama was still in office, telling Obama about how like we need AI regulation. And Obama was just like, yeah, whatever. And like nobody was really listening at the time.
Yeah, of course.
And fast forward to today, and man,
it's crazy.
Because that's the thing about AI
is off, man.
And there really is no regulation on it at all, like zero.
I think when AI video especially starts getting good enough to be pretty much indistinguishable from the real thing, I think that's when there's going to be some really serious issues that I don't know how they're going to fix them.
Dangerous weapon. Because what's real at that point? Like how do you differentiate what's real versus it can be weaponized so easily?
100%. It's scary.
It is.
Until that point, we're just going to keep making YouTube videos and hopefully survive the AI apocalypse.
I don't think we will. It's just I think it's a matter of time, right? I think our time making YouTube videos might not be that long, Josh, to be honest.
Well,
you think?
You know, they say the average age of a channel is like 7 years. And I think you and I are both past that, or at least at that. So anything from this point on is bonus, right? it's more than we could expect.
I guess I always kind of thought I'd be able to do this to the grave kind of thing. But yeah, I'm questioning that now. I really am.
I don't know. I think there'll always be people that crave authenticity. And I don't know. I mean, there's definitely channels out there that are 100% AI, but they don't have a large following for the most part. So I don't know. I think because we've developed our core audience so early on that audience will remain throughout the years for the most part. Maybe not 40 years from now, but 5 to 10 years, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping.
Hopefully, at least. I'm trying to be optimistic here.
I'm hoping. But here's the thing, man. Like I never would have predicted that we would be where we are now. Even 3 years ago, like when AI first started kind of popping up, I was like, oh, that's cute. I had like, and I knew it was coming, but I still had no clue to the extent it was going to run everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and like it's ubiquitous. You cannot get away from it. Like I did you see it come? Did you think it was going to be like this right now? I did not. I'll be honest.
No, I mean, I don't think so. I remember when ChatGPT first came out and everybody's like, messing around with it. I think they had 1 million signups on their first days. Everybody was posting about, oh, that's amazing. You can just do all this stuff. And then now it's, I don't know. It can do a lot of stuff, but it still doesn't know how to make a 16:9 image, So there's a lot of room for improvement. But the improvement that we've seen over the last year and a half, 2 years has been pretty drastic. So I don't know.
It gets a lot of simple things wrong as well. Like it can do really complex things, but then like super mundane, simple tasks, it seems to like trip up on.
Yeah.
Right. Like if I take a photo, of a whiteboard that has a bunch of numbers on it, and I say, hey, add these numbers up. It never, or how many numbers are there? It can't do either one of those things.
Really?
Or No, or how many R's are in strawberry, or all that. That's the typical one there, but real like simple tasks. But then it can like help you design and execute and or implement an entire software package.
Yeah, I think I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming ADH Dave used AI to make his website, Garage Sale HQ. So I don't think he has a background in web design. I'm like 3 weeks ago, you knew nothing about this, and then AI is just AI paired with his ability to hyper focus on something. I mean, he made a whole website like that and super fast. So that was impressive.
Yeah,
but yeah, it can help you with the fancy stuff. Have you seen the videos of the guy that like challenges AI in these really dumb things? He's like, it's like, hey, I need you, let me say the last word. You don't say anything else after this conversation, okay? And the AI just keeps saying something. He's like, no, you don't say any, just little stuff like that.
Right.
It just can't, it can't do it.
Or he'll even, I think I know the guy you're talking about probably, because I think he's kind of been blowing up. A little while ago, I saw him. He said, hey, you're looking at my face through a filter that makes me look ugly, that purposely makes me look ugly. Describe what you see. And it's like, yeah, you have elongated ears and exaggerated features, and it doesn't look that bad, but something's definitely off. And then the guy goes, oh, I was lying to you. This is what I really look like. And then AI is like, oh no, well, you look fine. It's probably just the lighting or something.
Yeah.
And then another one, he's like, I'm eating this meatloaf. Doesn't it look good? Oh yeah, it looks fantastic. And he's just miming like in thin air.
Yeah.
That's one thing about AI for me that's scary, is how people pleasing it is, instead of just like
it has
for truth and fact. It wants to please us.
Yep. It's the ultimate yes man.
Right.
That's why these people, you see these people like marrying their AI chatbots, because this is the first person they've ever met that agrees with everything they say. I'm like, who wouldn't want to marry somebody like that?
Right.
I was reading an article the other day. I think it was Harvard researchers like did a study on chat and found that it has a high likelihood of sending people into psychosis because it's such a yes man. So like it will, and like Lonnie just said, it will lie to you. So it will tell you what you want to hear, not what the actual truth is. So people that are already like maybe mentally weak, maybe already have some like mental struggles, mental illness, it will reaffirm their delusions.
Yeah.
And it's scary. Again, this is why we need regulation.
I think I've actually seen it happen. I think I've actually seen that happen. I think there's
there was some guy that like he ended up, I don't want to, committing an act that harmed himself. And he said like the chat talked him through it, like encouraged him to do it, instructed him how to do it. They went back and saw all of his chat logs and stuff. It's crazy. And then who do you hold accountable for that? Like, I'm sure these companies have in their terms of service that, you can't hold them accountable for something, but I feel like somebody should be held accountable.
And if nobody can be held accountable, then should it even exist in the first place?
This is deep.
I mean, hey, I had a more shallow question for you, Josh, about because you were talking about the editing, and man, that sounds so nice. But like, what is your actual? Now, what is it? It's Riff. Is that his name?
Riff. Yeah, his name's Aaron. He just goes by Riff. RIFF. I don't know where it came from, but he
used to work for Phoenix Resale, right?
Yeah, he still edits for Retro Rick. And then he edited for Phoenix Resale for a while. He edited for Seth Fowler, the shoe guy, for a while. Hustle at Home Mom. He's done a lot.
Okay. So what is that process like? So like you obviously must have the original concept for the video because you're shooting it. And then you just take all your files and you dump it on them, and maybe you give them a couple of paragraphs about what you're going for. And then he works it from there and sends it back to you for review. Like, what is that process like?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it. We go out and film. Our videos are based around what we find, so I don't really have a storyboard or anything. We just turn the camera on and hope something happens. And then once we film everything that I think he needs. We'll upload it to a Google Drive. He'll go through and kind of do a rough draft and recommend things that are missing. Like, hey, you should do a clip of this. Yeah, give me a B-roll clip of whatever it is you're talking about. I send that to him, and then he sends us the completed video. He's very fast at it. I sent him footage today,
Really?
and he already got the video back to us for Thursday. And
Wow.
he's awesome. He's
Wow,
a
that's pretty good,
workaholic, man. That guy works so much.
because like his edits seem pretty intricate from what I've seen. Like
Yeah,
really
I'm
really
like,
talented.
just the time to take to get like old commercials and B-roll
Mm.
clips and memes and all this stuff, and even small stuff. Like he does these things called J cuts. If you guys edit a lot, you might know what they are. It's when you take like the audio of one clip and it overlaps to the audio of the second clip while the second clip stops, or vice versa. It's just small things. Most people probably don't recognize it, but a professional video editor would.
But most of my edits could probably still be done in Windows Movie Maker, if I'm honest.
That's the beauty of reselling content, man. Our audience doesn't really care about production quality that much. They just want to see the stuff we're finding and selling.
I would say, and you know what? I think you might be wrong.
Okay.
Because in case in point, you watch Justin Resells at all?
Yeah. And I watched the guy that edits his videos now.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Like, the production level on his videos is so incredibly high. Like, I've never seen any, like he's releasing videos that like are meant for like a million view audience.
Yeah. What's that one he released recently? Was it the one about like garage sales in 2026? And it's like basically an animation the entire video while he's like talking in his garage or whatever.
Yeah. Have you seen that one, Josh?
I've not seen that one. No,
it's wild.
He's basically got a retro video game that's playing with a little pixelated character guy going around to garage sales, and it's illustrating the points that Justin is talking about in this retro style video game.
Wow.
I mean, you
think he used AI for that?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know, which means it's good. Like if I don't know, then it's really, really good execution.
Exactly.
But I can't imagine him not doing it, because like, how many hours can you sink into a reseller video?
Yeah.
What do you know about his editing?
That's really impressed me with his channel is, I mean, he just hit 100,000 subscribers, so he's growing really fast, but his average view per video is not super high. But I know how expensive a good quality editor is and like how much time goes into that. So just the fact that he's willing to invest so much time and money into his channel, like probably most of the money that his channel is making, he's just reinvesting into the business. And that's just, I love seeing that. Like, I'm rooting for him. Like, I want all that work and investment to pay off.
Oh, I do too. As a matter of fact, we need to get him on, because I would love to talk to him about some of that.
Absolutely.
Stuff.
So is that something that you've seen, Josh, like as far as since you've hired an editor, right? Like obviously that probably cuts into, you don't have to get into specifics or anything, but that probably cuts into.
He already did. He did. You talked about, he talked about the money that he pays. And I'm not going to, we don't need to talk about it again, but all I can remember is I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish our videos made what Josh was paying his editor. Like, I don't even know how you can make money paying an editor that much.
Yeah.
So like, have you seen like an overall growth? Because obviously where you don't have to edit, that frees up a ridiculous amount of time for you to focus on other things that makes money. So like, how is that going?
That's my problem. I have more time, but instead of focusing on things that make money, I'm just golfing and fishing more.
That's good. That's
enjoying life.
But hate there. And it's like, I'm seeing Caleb Phoenix Resale. He started his video game store and all this stuff, and he's just killing it. And I'm like, that dude he's probably not making a ton of money yet because he's reinvesting so much, but he's setting himself up to be a multi-millionaire one day for sure. And I'm like, part of me wants to do something like that, and part of me is like, no, I'm very content with how things are right now.
I mean,
But
I feel like the brick and mortar thing isn't really for everyone. I mean, that's a
it's
big
not.
commitment. That's a
It's
huge
it's
commitment.
so expensive. There's so much overhead.
Well,
We have our warehouse in the backyard, so our overhead is like, I don't know, $300 a month for
Right.
electricity or something, and that's just really nice. I can't imagine having, 30, 40, 50 grand a month in overhead.
well,
That's probably less than he has.
it isn't a lot of his though. It's based a lot around like his app, his buying app, or
Hmm.
like quick flip. In
Quick
that
flips, yeah. Like
that
the
that
video, he doesn't really upload on his main channel anymore. He just does the quick flip
No.
stuff, and they just kind of document running a video game business. It's really interesting. I love it. He gets a lot of hate comments still for some reason, but I really like it. Sorry, I'm off
well,
topic. The editor though,
yeah,
it is expensive. I don't remember. I'm an open book when it comes to money, so we pay $450 per video.
yeah,
Okay.
And it took a long time to do that because our videos do well usually, but that's still a large portion of the income that they make.
sure,
Right.
And we hired him in October, so I'd say by like January, the channel had started. I mean, since we hired him, honestly, the channel has been growing faster than it has in the past.
Mm,
And I've been able to start posting on Facebook more. And
Right.
so, with the added income from Facebook and the extra time I have now, just the value of that,
right,
and the growth that the channel has seen from the better edits and the fresh look on things, the business as a whole is making more money now, even though we're paying him that much money to edit.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it's just like any other business. Hiring people is scary, because that's money. You've got people's family that are depending on you. But the whole point of hiring people is to make more money. Nobody hires somebody and makes less money unless it's,
Right.
just to get time back, like a secretary or something.
So
The,
you said something recently. I don't remember where it was. You're talking everywhere. Probably Facebook though.
Probably Facebook.
But you said you talked about how many hours a week you work. And I'll be
Mhm.
honest with you, Josh. When I saw what your answer was, I was like, no way. No.
You think it's more or less?
I felt like it had to be more, but I'm open. I'm willing to hear you out. Describe to me how you do all your work in 20 hours a week.
I mean, some weeks are different, right?
Right.
I'm trying to think back to the Facebook post. I think it was like 27 hours. I don't think it was
27.
exactly 20, something
Okay.
like less than 30. I don't know, like I'll walk you through Monday mornings. I usually play golf with some guys from our church because we have a big whatnot show that night. So that's like take the day off and just work that night. So usually it's like 4 hours on Monday, like an hour prepping for the show, and then 3 hours doing the show. Tuesday, our shipper Kim comes in and ships everything. So we might either go to the Goodwill bins and film a video, or just do some organization around the warehouse. Usually like 2 to 3 hours of work there. Wednesdays are kind of the same. Sometimes we'll go to the flea market. It's open on Wednesday mornings and film a video. Sometimes we'll just hang out at the house and work in the warehouse, cleaning stuff or getting stuff ready for the next whatnot show on Thursday. Sometimes I'll play golf on Wednesday afternoon. I don't know. Same with Thursday. Wednesdays and Thursdays aren't really set in stone. We just kind of do whatever needs to be done.
Mhm.
But it's usually 3 to 5 hours of work each day. And then Fridays usually pretty easy. Fridays we go out to breakfast with a couple from our church and go to Costco. Maybe stop by a thrift store on the way home. Pretty minimal.
So you pretty much, based on what you just said, it sounds like you're basically talent at this point for
Yeah,
your own,
we're
like
just
basically
filming.
you're just talent. I'm not saying not to minimize it, but I'm just saying like
Mhm.
you aren't listing things, you aren't shipping things, you aren't editing anything. You are basically on air for like live stream, whatnot, and for filming videos.
Mhm.
But you're not actually doing anything outside of that, except
And
for
sometimes I
managing.
listed 2 things on eBay last week. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for
Okay.
me.
that sounds pretty nice, though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it
Yeah, it's
doesn't.
just.
No.
I mean, we just keep as the business grows. We've just hired more help, like hiring Kim, our shipper. We first hired her as like a lister, and then we just got to where we weren't listing enough stuff, and we were selling a bunch of whatnot. So then we just had her do that. And sometimes we'll do like we're doing a whatnot show Thursday that we'll ship that on Friday morning. but she's a contractor, so she can do whatever she wants. But generally, she comes in on Tuesdays to ship our Monday night show, and then maybe Friday if we do a Thursday night show.
So are you selling like pretty much majority Whatnot at this point? Like what's that look like versus eBay? Is eBay pretty minimal now?
Yeah, I think we have like 70 listings on eBay, and most of them are bad. Like I really want to just delete everything from eBay and start fresh. I would love to have a store with like 50 items, like 50 items that are all just cool and sought after, valuable things that are worth at least $50. You know, just have a cool store. It makes $1,000 a month or something. I don't know. My problem is every time we find something cool and eBay worthy, I ended up just running on Whatnot because I like giving people a good deal. So I'm like, whatever.
Lonnie,
when are you going to get on Whatnot?
I don't know, Josh. I don't know. We thought, here's the thing, is we live very different lives, Josh. I'm realizing that. I already knew that, but I mean, it's like just hearing your days. I play golf, and then I film. My shipper does, my editor.
I just want to clarify. I'm extremely blessed to live the life that we do. I mean, we worked really hard in the beginning to build this, and I'm not saying that
absolutely.
You know, I don't want to come off as like ungrateful. Like I realize how lucky we are to do what
we're
to do.
The work you put in at the beginning to get to this point is insane. Like it's
Oh no,
I'm
not. I just wanted to clarify in case somebody was listening to this and they're like, "Man, this guy sucks." I'm like, "Oh, yes, but not for reasons that you think."
No. I hope I didn't come off like that myself, because I know because I know how hard you've worked. I've been watching you over the years. I know what you've put into this, and you're reaping the rewards. But I just had no idea you were playing that much golf every day. That's a lot of golf.
Not every day. I played three times last week. Some weeks I don't play at all. Some weeks I'll go 1 or 2 weeks I'll play, and other weeks I'll play 5 days. It just depends.
No, but here's the thing with Whatnot. I definitely do see the attraction to it, but we buy and sell so many different types of items. I feel like it's too random, and I also feel like as of right now, our eBay business, the eBay side of what we're doing, it isn't like it's not for fun. We do rely on that money. Like we don't want to sell stuff that's worth $100 for 30. You know, like we can't we rely on the income from eBay, like to live on and stuff, you know? And so I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been interested in it. I just don't know how I would start or where I would get that time from. So I don't know.
I would say I don't think random items hurts you. We do all of our shows in the storage unit category, even though not all of our items come from storage units. But you should just watch one of our shows one night. Like we sell everything. Like we have our like wholesale consumable stuff, like our soap and hot sauce, but then we'll sell plushies and shoes and kitchenware and tools. We sold just on Monday night or Saturday night. We sold a DeWalt drill. We sold a couple pairs. I don't know, just all sorts of stuff. Like people have no idea what we're going to sell when they come to a show. And then we're giving people good deals on stuff. I mean, the DeWalt drill sold for like $140, which is probably what we could have got for it on eBay. But if I sell somebody something that's worth $100 on eBay and they get it for 40 or whatever, like I guess technically we lost money on that one, but generally those people are going to come back to this show in the future because they got such a good deal. And maybe when they come back, they'll get a bar of soap or something that we make really good profit on, or they'll get some other little small things that make up the difference on those big losses. Because if you just sell small junky stuff, nobody's excited to come to your show because that's all you ever sell. But if you occasionally throw in those $50 or $100 items, they're going to be excited to get that.
So how many people watch your show? Sorry, Ryan. I just want to.
Oh, you're fine.
It just depends. On Monday nights, we usually have 400 to 500 people. Saturday, we have like 300, just because there's no fees on Saturdays. So there was just a lot of people selling.
No fee. There's no fees on Saturdays.
It was a special promotion. I think they did it for like tax day or something. I don't know, but it was they didn't charge any commissions. There was still a payment processing fee, but you only had to pay 2.9% instead of 10.9% technically.
So where is like the majority of your inventory coming from mostly? Is it like the bins, or like are you getting a lot of it from storage units? Like, is it mostly
Yeah.
storage units?
We don't do a ton of storage units, maybe like one a month, but obviously that's a
Okay.
huge surge of inventory.
Right.
We go to the bins a lot lately because the flea market's been too expensive and don't really have any other options around here. And the bins is great. I mean, there's a lot of junk, but you can find some really good stuff. Hailey found some brand of tool, like electrician tool belt. It starts with an O. I don't know. They're like $200. I was like, oh,
Wow.
sweet. I'm like, that's awesome. Just all sorts of stuff.
The only reason I've been thinking more, I'm sorry, Ryan, I interrupted you again. The only reason
you're fine.
More and more about it is because lately, dude, every time we go out, we come back with a freaking truckload. And I'm like, we're kind of at the point now, like we're taking days off of sourcing because we simply can't list it fast enough. So that does have my wheels turning. I'm like, man, I can't even, like, there's stuff out there we're not even going to buy.
Yeah.
Because we can't list it fast enough. So I like it's tempting to me. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
Have you ever found anything that was like cool, but not really worth a ton of money? And you're like, man, this is awesome, even though the comps are low. Like, for instance, I went to this church sale one time and they had a huge collection of these vintage koozies from the 80s. And they had like Bart Simpson and like beer logos and like cool sayings, whatever. I'm like, these are not, they wouldn't, I mean, you might sell them on eBay, but not for very much money. But we sold those and whatnot, and they sold for like $12 a piece on average. We paid 10 cents a piece at the yard sale.
Wow.
And I think lots of stuff like that, that's just interesting, small, not inconsequential, whatever. Like somebody's just going to buy it, $5-10. I think Whatnot is perfect for that kind of item.
Well, here's another problem I have too, is that my best friend is not a big fan of Whatnot. I know.
Who's your best friend? Oh, Ryan. I didn't know if y'all were best friends or not. Yeah. I know. What was it? I remember the meme. It was like that guy sitting at the thing at the college campus, and the sign said, "Whatnot is fan exploitation. Changed my mind."
Ooh, you remember that? Ooh.
I remember that one.
Oh,
I remember, and I get it. I totally get it.
So
I get it.
My main issue with Whatnot was, and it kind of fits into that, was the fact that a lot of creators at the time, this was like what, 4 years ago now or something. So a lot's changed, and I was wrong about a lot too. Like I didn't think Whatnot was going to be the next thing. I thought it was going to be like a short-lived fad. I was obviously wrong about that. But what my issue was that Whatnot was paying creators to sell this like dream that anybody could start selling on Whatnot and make all this money, which just isn't the case. Like, if you don't have a social media following, actually, didn't you make a post about that recently the other day? You're like,
probably
you said something like, it was like a little meme of a guy like crying with like,
oh yeah. First time Whatnot sellers be like,
yeah, exactly. So
that's
like,
I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the crying guy. You know,
you won't. Like, you guys have enough of a following that you could do Whatnot and be successful. If you got like 20 or 30 people in your first show, like, you could sell plenty of things like that.
Josh, that's what makes me less want to do it, not more. That makes me.
You don't want to exploit your fans.
No, I don't.
No, I'm kidding. It's
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I do want to sell a bunch of stuff fast and make a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's the same with I don't know, like I think the people that actually come to our shows and watch how we run things understand it more. Like, if somebody comes to our show and they're like, "Hey, it's my first time here. I watch you on YouTube, love your channel." I'm like, "Oh, great." And they buy something, they buy some little plush animal and they spend $25 on it. We're going to throw extra stuff in their box. We're going to give them an extra sticker. We're going to give them another plush or whatever. Like, I want to make sure people don't feel like they're being exploited. Like, I want them to have a good time and have fun and come back. And we don't always show that on camera, and we're one of the few Whatnot channels with, so many solds that still have a true 5-star rating. There's a lot of 4.9 star ratings, but I'm very proud of the fact that we still have 5 stars after selling 50,000 items over the last 5 years. Because I'm super grateful for our following, both on YouTube and Whatnot, because this business wouldn't exist without that. So like, if any, like, you have an issue with something you bought on Whatnot, here's all your money back immediately. And no questions asked. Like, I just want you to be pleased with this transaction and come back in the future and give us another shot. So exploitation, I get, like, I understand it. You know, I understand where you're coming from. But we just try really hard
and
to make sure our
again,
fans feel appreciated.
again, I got a little crazy back then. I was
We all
going
did.
pretty hard. I was going pretty hard, but yeah, like my main issue was just the fact that so many creators were being paid to like almost sell this dream that wasn't true. That was the issue I had.
I mean,
But
I'll challenge.
maybe
it a
I'm
little
wrong
bit.
on that.
I'll challenge it a
But
little bit. You
okay,
just have to have a good personality. Like, I think a lot of people I see.
but that's the thing though. Not everybody has that. Like
Exactly.
not anybody can just. That's
Right.
my issue.
Exactly.
That's my
But
issue.
it's Whatnot is very much, it's a social selling, like live selling. You have to be social. So if you get on there and you're just quiet and you look nervous and you're just holding stuff up, you know, there's no, why would I buy that from you? I could go on eBay and get it for whatever.
Right.
But if you're fun, like if you guys know Kelsey Mellow State?
Yes.
She's awesome. She is like the perfect example of, you know, no name, honestly, when she started selling Whatnot. When she started selling a Whatnot, she started before she got famous on Facebook and all that stuff. Like, she grew it. Like, she truly grew it from the ground up.
Wasn't she on TV or something also? Or
not to my knowledge. I don't know all of her backstory, but she did not have a large social media following before selling a Whatnot and then growing out.
Okay. But yeah, that little piece right there, the personality piece. I mean, Josh, you've worked your butt off. Don't get me wrong, but if you don't have the talent, there's plenty of people that work as hard or harder than you that do not have like 500,000 subs on YouTube or whatever.
100%,
you know?
Yeah.
So you can't personality harder and try, and
personality like, max.
You either got it or you don't at some point, right?
Yeah.
I guess you got it.
I think you got it. I think you got it, Lonnie.
I got a little piece of it.
I would come to your. I've got $1,500 in Whatnot credit. I will spend 50 of that if you do a Whatnot show. I'll buy your first item.
Josh, your $50 is really not that compelling. I'll be honest. But man, it's a hell of a gesture, though, man. I appreciate that.
I think I always said, like, yeah, obviously, I agree with you guys. Not everybody's going to be successful at Whatnot. Probably most people are not going to be successful at Whatnot. But I think if you've got a good personality and you have the ability to get a bunch of stuff quickly and cheap, like through storage units or estate buyouts or something, and you just need to move stuff and you don't care about top dollar, Whatnot's going to be a big tool in your tool belt.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, if I did a Whatnot show, would you be mad at me?
No.
Would you buy something? Would you sign up?
I'm over the Whatnot hate, man.
Okay.
It's Ryan, you want to do Whatnot? You can use my referral code.
I don't think I can at this point.
Yeah,
I support people that do Whatnot, and I think it's great. But I think if I do it, I'm just going to look like a big old idiot. So I'm good.
Has eBay ever reached out to you, Josh? eBay Live?
Oh, not for live. We worked with eBay in the past. They asked us back in like COVID 2021 maybe. They invited us to come to New York for eBay Live. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just want you to come. It was so funny because when we got there, like, they paid us kind of a lot of money to film a video about this. And we got to the door and they're like, you're not on the list. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got paid to be here. And they're like, yeah, you're not on the list. So I had to like get on the phone, and I was standing outside the street in New York calling our marketing guy and seeing who he talked to. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I've already got the money. So it was weird. But they eventually
just like, all right, see ya.
It was weird.
That's such an eBay thing to do.
Yeah. We still get Christmas gifts from them though. We got the blanket this year. I don't know why. I guess they want us to come back. I don't know.
You know who has never gotten a Christmas gift from eBay?
Is it you?
No,
really?
I have zero. Wow. I have zero. People might not believe.
That's crazy.
It. I know it's ridiculous. I have the only time I've ever had any contact with anybody somewhat high up at eBay is when I made a series of videos talking about how I got scammed or something, or like a charge back, and then eBay didn't have my back. I think I recorded some phone calls and that might have something to do with it. And somebody from eBay swooped in, cleaned it up, took care of it, and then that's the only time I've ever heard from them. I've never had any relationship at all with.
That's crazy.
And I'm fine with that, actually. It works out. I'm happy.
But you're like an eBay guy. Like, you know, when you guys sell them like
Right.
Mercari or whatever, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now we sell eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy, but
Okay.
eBay comprises probably 85% of sales for us, at least.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why. They don't like me.
Ryan, do you still sell stuff?
I do. Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I sell stuff here and there. I still get, I don't know. I've got over 100 listings in my store still. So
That's more than I've got.
I sell, I sell something maybe like once a week, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's
But I kind of like, I kind of, before I actually quit the reselling content, I kind of transitioned into doing it with my dad. We were buying storage units.
Yeah.
And we were doing that for a while, and it was fun. Might go back to doing it again. I don't know. We'll see. But
it's a lot of work, man.
It is. It's a
so
ridiculous amount of. Do you have you have an enclosed trailer, right?
We do. It's very janky.
You just bought it, didn't you? Didn't you just buy one?
We did. We got a good deal on it, but for good reason. It's like falling apart. I keep wanting to buy a newer one. I was like, I don't need, like, it works. It's just ugly and raggedy. So we'll probably keep it until it doesn't work anymore.
Because we bought one when we started to do a lot of the units, and man, that was like the greatest thing. It was the biggest game changer ever. It was great
100%.
because you can fit so much into it.
Mm-hmm.
What about Wade's Ventures? I haven't watched him in forever. Actually, a few of his shorts pop up for me every now and then. But I remember he had that trailer or truck with the side open panels on, like you would open it on the side and you could load it. Yeah. Did y'all never saw that?
Mm-mm.
I didn't. No.
He's still doing it though. He's still doing.
Is he still uploading? Wow.
He's an OG.
Yeah, he is.
Did he start before you, Lonnie?
I don't know. I don't think so. Somewhere around that same time, though. I think probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I started, there was like, I found you and Bonafide Hustler and Cincinnati Picker, Taco Stacks, Steve, Rake and Profit, all the OGs back in the day. Lindy Glenn's blowing up, doing her new thing,
killing it.
She's. I was looking at her channel the other day. I was like, man, if your CPM is anywhere what I think it is, you got to be making like $60,000 a month. Like, that's crazy. I could be off, but
it's probably a lot. The CPM, and for those of y'all don't know what he's talking about, she's doing like reaction and outrage content now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, right? Rage bait. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Rage bait. And and I would imagine the CPM is probably fairly low on that. Wouldn't you think, Josh? Or
yeah, I mean, certainly not as high as reselling content, but I wouldn't think it's as low as like video game content or something.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Quick interruption. I hope you guys are enjoying the episode so far, but I just wanted to mention real quick that Lonnie and I have a channel membership called The Inner Circle. Almost every week before we go live and record the podcast with our guest, we have a live stream for members only members of the Inner Circle, about a half an hour before the show, to hang out, talk, discuss our life, and also sometimes give a little sneak peek to who we're having on the show that week. If you're interested in joining the Inner Circle, all you have to do is click join down below. Let's get back to the show. So, I have a question, Josh.
Yeah.
Do you still own the real estate investment that you were?
Yeah.
You still do?
Yeah, we did the.
Are you renting that out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have. If you guys don't know, we did a $20 flip house thing. I just wanted something to spice up the channel. That's one thing that we've always done. I'm like, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, like, people are going to lose interest eventually. So I was like, hey, what if we buy a house and try to flip it, being, total amateurs. We don't know anything we're doing. And then not only that, but also doing it for only $20 out of pocket, just starting with 20, buying some stuff, selling it, and then like using the profit from that $20 investment to pay for everything. We did it. It took like a year and a half maybe to do everything. We spent like just over $30,000 at all new kitchen, all new 2 bathrooms. And you did most of the work yourself, right? Yeah. Well, I hired out the drywall. That's one thing. You always hire out drywall.
Right.
Right.
Yep. We like the plumbing. It's just crazy how much money you can save. Like, I asked our plumber, it was old copper pipes. I was like, how much to cut all these out and just replace it with PEX? And he wanted like $5,500. And I was like, I could figure it out. PEX is just like Legos. And I
Right.
did it for like $300. It took me 15 hours, but that's a lot of, that's $5,000 saved.
Yeah, that'd be that.
5,200.
Yeah, you're like even your time might not be quite worth $350 an hour or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Or it might be
Exactly.
close anyway.
And now I have that skill. Now I can, keep it and do it
Mm.
again. So we did a lot of the work ourselves.
You,
We
you
learned a
were
lot.
into-
I learned that I don't want to do it again.
you were always like
Really?
you did woodworking in the past too, though, right?
Yeah.
Like before the reselling, weren't you into like you would
tried.
kind of yeah.
It was my first side hustle. And then I just realized that people don't pay enough money for it to be worth doing as a side hustle. If you're going to do it, it needs to be for fun.
So do you have a property manager that takes care of it?
No, it took us a while to find a tenant because we didn't want to rent to family or friends. But then,
Yep.
like the first couple of tenants that came up that weren't family or friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are terrible. Like, I'd rather have a family. So we ended up renting to a couple from our church. That's like
Oh, nice.
their granddad is married to Hailey's grandma, but it's like steps, so they're like third step cousins or something. I'm like, that's far enough away. I can evict you if you don't pay.
Right.
I don't want to be too close where I can evict
That's
you.
nice
But
to have a
they've
tenant
been
that
awesome.
you somewhat know. That's
Yeah.
a big ease
Yeah,
of
you know
mind,
and
right?
trust. That's the pro and con. Like if it's somebody you know, then you trust them. But then if they don't pay, you've got to be able to evict them.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's a weird
and
situation.
you look out. You don't want to look out the window and they're living on the street like begging because you kicked them out of the house, right? Like, yeah.
It's tough. Landlording is not for everybody, man.
That's probably a decent like revenue stream for you guys though, because like you have no debt on that house, right?
Yeah, the house is paid for. It's
Yeah.
I made a separate bank account for it, so all the money they paid for rent is just going into that account.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And once they're building a house right now, so once they move out, we'll probably end up selling it as long as the market isn't worse than it is now.
And you probably have some pretty good equity there, right?
I think so. We paid 155 for it, and then Zillow says it's worth like 210, but Zillow also doesn't know that it's upgraded. So hopefully we can get like 230, 240 for it or whatever. Plus the money that's once everything is cashed out and all that stuff, we'll have all the rental money just sitting in the account that we could take then. So it's been nice. It's just like a savings account. I mean, we don't make a ton of money from it, but it's every month I get the deposit through Zelle. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Free money.
Yeah, no, that's cool. What about sponsor deals? Do you do a lot of sponsor deals with YouTube still?
Not a lot of them. I watched your episode with ADHD, and I think there was some talk about that, right? Or maybe it was episode Trash to Cash where they were talking about that.
Did we? I don't remember.
No, we did.
Dave talked about he like burnt all of his like sponsor deals.
Yeah, on his cooking channel. Yeah, we don't do a ton. We have one like a year-long contract with the Upside app, and I like that one a lot because it's free and it's easy to do.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's just an app on your phone where it shows you like offers in your area, like gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And if you buy something from one of those places, like get gas, it just gives you cash back. I don't really know their revenue model. I'm assuming they're like collecting data from shopping habits and selling that to advertisers or whatever. But it's nice, free app, and it's like, hey, you can get 40 cents back at the Shell station, and then you just go and get gas, and it gives you money back.
But Whatnot is a big sponsor for you, right? Like,
not anymore. They used to be. We used to make a ton. I mean, occasionally they'll do like a one-off with us, but I think they're just so big now that they don't need to advertise with us. We helped them all we could, and now they're on their way.
But you still get affiliate sign up, but anybody could get that, right? So like,
yeah. Well, it was cool because when Whatnot first started, they were incredibly generous. They were giving. If somebody used our code and signed up for Whatnot and bought something, we would get $50 in Whatnot credit and $50 in cash.
Whoa.
And I was like, are you sure? Like, I remember asking them multiple times, like, are you sure? Like, we had $17,000 in Whatnot credit at one point. And I was like, this feels wrong. And they're like, nope, it's fine. Of course they stopped that. So we get $5 now. But
so you had to spend that $17K on Whatnot, right?
Yeah, I did. I bought a lot of stuff to resell. Like I probably flipped that 17 into like 50, just buying something Whatnot to resell it. I tried to make good use out of it, but we're still getting some referrals now at that $50 price point, because it's like people that clicked the link to sign up way back when and never bought anything. Now they're finally buying something, and Whatnot is honoring like the price that it was when they clicked it. So it's nice. It happens like maybe once every 3 weeks. I'm like, oh, $50. Sweet. It's awesome.
That is pretty cool. Wow.
But obviously they couldn't, they were just gobbling up all that money in the beginning. They had so many investors and they were just spending money like crazy.
Right. They were burning through that venture capital is what they were doing, right? And it worked. It worked.
Yeah. It doesn't usually work, but in this case it worked.
So, do you have any other business ideas? Or are you kind of content where you're at?
So I want to make a video about the difference between contentment and laziness, because I feel like there's a fine line there.
Yep.
I'm like, I feel so content in life. I was like, do I, or am I just lazy? I don't want to go. But sometimes I think I have undiagnosed ADHD. So sometimes I'll get like random spurts to like, I want to go start a dog grooming service or something, you know. In the video we posted,
shaved ice.
Shaved ice, yeah. That was our last video. That guy, it's just crazy. He wanted $32,000 for that ice trailer.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not a professional, but I'm pretty sure I can buy everything brand new for half that. But I don't know. Maybe when somebody's like, maybe he didn't want to sell it. I was like, but he doesn't use it. It's literally just sitting there. And assuming he doesn't own that storage unit facility, he's paying monthly to store his trailer there. I'm like, this is just eating a hole in your pocket. Let me give you $6,000 and you just give it to me. But wasn't meant to be. But no, I don't have any other business ideas. I probably should.
That's a tough one, because I don't know if you guys have felt the same way. Like when you have a video or your channel in general is kind of blowing up, right? Like it's so easy to kind of like bask in that glory and be like, oh yeah, this is great. And you get content and you ride that high wave for a while. And then all of a sudden you look around and you're on the bottom of the hill and it's like, uh-oh, now what?
He might,
and then you just,
Josh may not know what that feels like.
He might not. I don't know.
I do. We've had hills and plateaus and dips and stuff. Like I said, we just try to keep things fresh. I mean, still sticking with the idea of we are looking for cheap things that are worth a lot more than that, but just doing it in different ways. I think lately the storage unit videos have been doing really well, but those are the hardest videos to do because it's hard to find. It's hard to find a good unit. And if you do find a good unit, it's hard to get it at an affordable price. And then if you do get a good one at a good price, then it's a lot of work to go through it all.
Right.
So I wish the Goodwill Bins videos did better, because those are the easiest to film. We could film a whole video in an hour and a half and be done with it.
Do you like going to the bins?
I love it. I've always said, like, even I'm gonna be like 80 years old one day, and if the bins are still what the bins are, I'm gonna be like those old guys at the bins. I'm gonna be there every day, just digging around. It's awesome, man. It's not about the money, right? Like we make a lot of money on YouTube. We're super blessed. So me going to the bins and finding something for a nickel that sells for $50, it's not gonna change my life. But I love that feeling. And I love showing people that that's possible. I'm like, hey, if I had to restart over right now and I had no money and all this debt or something like that, I would go to the Goodwill Bins. There's no other place in the world you can get stuff for so cheap that could possibly be worth so much money. And there's people out there that $50, $100 would change their lives. Change their life. I used to be one of those people. I wish I knew what the Goodwill Bins was 12 years ago when I was poor.
What about garage sales? I mean, garage sales are pretty similar. I mean, sometimes you got to pay a little more, but sometimes not. Like you're just not a big garage sale guy, or
I like them. We just don't. I don't know what it is. Like this past Saturday, we probably had 50 of them, but they were all 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I'm like, I can't go to all 50 of them. And the first one we went to was a church sale, and we stayed there for like an hour because it was so good. And by the time it was over, everything's done, or everything's gone. Most of the good stuff, at least. So. I don't know. We found some really good stuff at garage sales, but our area just next weekend there's not going to be any. There'll be like 4, and they're all 20 minutes away from each other.
So I guess you're right there. The bins, they're open every day. They're predictable. You don't have to. There's not. Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to drive around. You don't have to. I mean, some days you might go and not find anything, but most you can find at least something.
Are the bins like really super competitive where you are? Like I went to the bins one time and like it was total chaos. Everybody's just like waiting for the new ones to come rolling out.
Yeah.
And they're all rushing over. I'm like, this is not for me. And I never went back.
Do it. I can't do
No.
crowds and rushing and elbows and all that, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. Ours is pretty chill. It's like the same crowd every day. Everybody knows what everybody's looking for. Like there's a little bit of rushing. But generally speaking, it's very chill compared to other ones we've been to. I've been to the one in Vegas. I've been to the one in Orlando. Those can get a little crazy. Our location doesn't put out new bins. They restock in the morning when the doors open, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So all you say, everybody knows everybody. So everybody knows you're like a YouTube celebrity when you're there. Is
you got to put that in quotations. But
no,
yes.
I don't. Why would you have to put that in quotations?
It's I don't feel like that. I mean, I know that we could maybe be considered like reseller celebrities in the niche,
sure.
But it's very small. Like I don't expect to.
How often do you get recognized in public?
Very rarely, unless we're at
really?
if you want to count like the bins and stuff, then yeah, almost every time like somebody says something. But if I'm like not in a thrifting or reselling environment, maybe like once every 3 or 4 months. Like it's pretty rare.
Wow.
And honestly, I enjoy it. We went to Disney World one time, like 3 years ago, and these people recognized us there. I was like, this is awesome. Like they were happy. I took a picture with it. I was happy. Like it's great. I'm cool. Very content with being at this level of celebrityum where it's not yet annoying. Like I love when people like recognize us and say nice things. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm surprised you feel like it's at that level though. I would have, but you're right. Like even in our local area, we are much lower scale, like than what y'all are doing. But yeah, we get recognized constantly. But when we go to like Walmart or something like that, never, ever.
Never. Yeah.
Maybe.
But see, when it's in a non-reseller environment, it feels different. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Like this channel has a reach outside of just people that are doing this thing, So it makes it feel real. It makes it feel like you're making a difference in the world.
Do you have any people at your bins that don't want to be on camera that ask you not to point the camera at them or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, it's funny. The store manager does not like us at all. She is very, very much like anti us, but it's like the Goodwill corporate people don't mind us. Like the Goodwill corporate region manager, he was there last week and he was like, hey, Harry Tornado, whatever, welcome in. So it's like, I'm sure that she has asked if she could like ask us not to film. And they're like, no, let him film, because I'm sure we bring people to the bins all the time.
100%.
Sure. But other than her, I mean, she's just like, don't put me on camera ever. I was like, okay,
I understand.
You're good.
From her perspective, though, I can kind of understand that because there's not going to be something that one of her employees does where somebody's like, there's only downside in her estimation, right? All you are is a liability to expose something they're not doing right.
Yeah.
That's probably the way she looks at it.
I get it. Yeah. And when I try not to get anybody, especially the employees, like I try not to get their faces or anything. Or if I actually catch them doing something that I think is questionable, I make sure not to put that in there because I don't want to get kicked out. I don't want to cause a ruckus. I just want to show the stuff we're finding,
Right.
Like one time we found a box of ammunition. Haley found a box, like a full box, 59mm bullets. And I was
in
like,
the bins?
In the bins, yeah. I was like, should I put this in there? Because I feel like this shouldn't be here. But we did, and nothing happened. And it was a cool video, but I don't know.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to go through all that stuff to make sure that kind of thing isn't there before the carts roll out? Or
I don't know. What do you would think that they're supposed to like check, what if there's a bomb in there or something? I don't know. Like, I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they just get like the cool thing about our bins location is that it's also a donation location. So very often when they get overwhelmed, they'll just take raw donations, like full sealed trash bags, and just put them in the bins. So we get to dig through like literally unsorted donations. And that's where you can find the really good stuff. But they just don't have time. They don't have the time or the manpower to sort through all that stuff.
So most of the stuff though, like when it ends up at the bins, is this stuff that has gone through retail locations already and then it didn't sell, so then they sent it to the bins, or is it something else?
I think it's a mixture. I think that's generally what it is, especially at other bins locations. And I've also seen that most other bins are all clothing, or at least like 90% clothing, whereas ours is like 50% hard goods and 50%
Oh,
clothing.
wow.
And at our location, I think I mean, sometimes we'll find things with Goodwill tags on it where they wanted too much money and it ends up there. Other things there's not tags at all. I'm like, well, if it's not tagged, that means it wasn't at a Goodwill store. So it's probably a raw donation. And sometimes we'll find their e-commerce stuff, like stuff that Goodwill tried to sell on shopgoodwill.com
Oh,
and it
yeah.
didn't sell there. And then they just throw it in the
okay.
bins. And it's so funny, the stuff that they list. I'm like, who thought this was a good idea to list this thing? Like, this is terrible. I don't even want it. And we're at the bins.
I saw you posted the other day on Facebook. I think you were just at like a regular Goodwill store, though. It wasn't the bins. They had like, was it padded flat rate envelopes
Yeah.
for sale on the shelf?
I've seen other people find them. I guess somebody,
Yep.
Some reseller or something donated them. They had some extra. Goodwill doesn't know. They're just like, whatever, put them for $2. Wasn't a big deal, but it was a good Facebook video. It got like 80,000 views. It's made like $11 so far.
Illegal item.
Goodwill's going to prison. It's the comments on it is so funny. People are like, did they have any idea they could get life in prison for that? I'm like,
No way.
Calm down. Nobody's going to prison.
Yeah, we've been doing this a long time, and I've never heard of anyone that like used like priority flat rate bubble mailers or whatever as interior packing, and then they got caught, and now they're doing time upstate or something. You know, like that's not a thing that happens.
No.
No.
It's just I remember one time on Whatnot, this guy was selling 4x6 thermal labels, and he was selling like 5,000 for $20. I was like,
UPS.
So I bought them. I was like, I bet these are the UPS labels, and they were.
Right.
And I remember I took it to the UPS store. I was like, what do you think about this? And they're like, I don't. What do you want me to do? But I'm like, I don't know. It's like they don't care. Like, is it wrong? Yeah. Is anybody going to care? Probably not. But whatever.
So you said flea markets are expensive earlier. Why do you think that is? It could, because obviously you used to buy a lot from the flea market before. Like what's changed?
I mean, we still buy things. It's just there's different people. There's people that go to the flea market every week and they are looking for that end buyer. Like, hey, this thing's $50 on eBay. I'm asking 40. Somebody will buy it, maybe eventually. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the people that are out there for one day with a bunch of junk that they want to get rid of. And those people are harder to find. So and generally you can see who's got what, but I don't know. We'll see the same. This one table is bringing out all these Hallmark Christmas ornaments like every weekend for 2.5, they're almost 3 years at this point. And I remember one time when I first started Whatnot, I was like, what do you want to sell them all? I'll buy them all from you. And he was like, no, I don't sell them all. And he's asking like $10, $15 a piece on these. I was like, I'll give you $3 a piece. He wouldn't do it. And he's still bringing those out. Like every weekend, he's dragging those out.
$3 a piece would have been really good for him. I mean, you might have been able to make a little money on them, but I don't pay $3 a piece for that. Like, you try and get like a big box for like $20 or something, right? Like,
and that's one thing that I think I commented on one of your Facebook posts about, Lonnie. You said, I think your post was about like, if you buy something at a yard sale or whatever, and you get it home and you find out that it's worth a ton of money, would you go back and give the guy more money later on or something like that? It was a good post. I think it had a lot of comments, but I commented and because that same thing happened. We bought a bunch of rocks from this guy at the flea market, like crystals and stuff. And we bought from him before, and I knew he was somebody that got inventory. Like he was really good at finding bulk things. We paid him $1,000 for all the rocks, and we ended up through 3 Whatnot shows. We did almost $11,000 in sales on those.
Whoa!
And so I went back and gave him another $1,000, and he was like, "Oh, that's crazy." I'm like, "Not really. Like I'm still making profit. This helps you out a ton." We got another video out of it. Just that the video we made, going back and giving him $1,000, made like $2,200 in ad revenue. And so it's like
$1,000, buddy.
I have no problem. And now he know, like next time he gets rocks, who's he going to call? He's going to call me 100%, because he knows that. and everybody at the flea market knows, like, I will, if you have something that I can sell, I will pay you as much as I possibly can, as long as
Yep.
it makes sense, you know? So I don't
I,
want to be known as the cheapskate Commonwealth picker. 25 cents. Will you take 10?
right. That's what I've been telling people this year, because I've been filming a little now, again, with the meta glasses. And
Hmm.
that's what I've been telling people this year is I've been more upfront. I mean, like, yeah, look,
Mm.
we're eBay sellers. I want to spend as much money as possible here. I want to
Hmm.
buy as much as possible, as long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
And like when you frame it that way, I want to give you as much money as I can. The more I give you, the happier I'll be.
Hmm.
When you put it put it like that, they like it changes things for them. Like I feel like they open up. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yep.
it sure feels different than me being like sneaky, trying to
Hmm.
hide my intentions and get over or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely got a different vibe rather than try and just knock everybody down on every single thing, which I used to do, and it's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's
That's
not. I mean, if you, especially if you're a reseller without a YouTube channel and you don't have, like, the only
Mm.
way you make money is by selling things, there's nothing wrong
Yep.
with negotiating. We negotiate down to 10
no.
cents. If your family is depending on this income, obviously you want to get the stuff for as cheap as possible. But for people that are in our situation, I think paying up is beneficial in the long run.
Well, we deal with a lot of the same people over and over and over too, though. Like even at garage sales, there are people that now they'll have like, a lot of people have 2 garage sales a year.
Hmm.
And that might not sound like a lot, but I know all these people now. Like I've gone to their garage sale like dozens of times at this point, you
Hmm.
know? So, and they remember, especially if you make a big purchase from them, they remember when you come up again. And,
Yeah.
past that, we have like private connections that we do business with. We can't cheap out on them. And then we have our estate sale runners that we do business with. We can't slash them to the bone. They won't call us back.
Hmm.
So,
And that's like a guy. Didn't you meet him? He was a garage sale seller,
yeah,
and then you got yeah.
but I was taking him to the bone, and he was
Oh,
just
really?
he didn't care. He thought it was funny
Right.
or whatever, like me
Yeah.
trying. But yeah, yeah, I've definitely changed the way I feel a lot about because I used to be really proud of. They were asking 2. I got it for $1. I did that 50 times last Saturday. That's $50.
Hmm.
Right.
$50 ain't that easy to come by, really, if you think about it.
It's like Gary V when he does his trash talk garage sale videos. He's like, she wanted 5, she didn't get it. I'm like, Gary V's a multi-millionaire, and he's like negotiating people from $3 down to 1, just for fun. I love it.
It
But
is
he's trying to
fun.
relate with people that aren't
Hmm.
millionaires, that don't have the social media following. So it does make
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it is fun though, because every time you do like win the negotiation, it is a little bit of a hit. I can't lie. It's a hit.
Hmm.
Yep.
Gotcha. Like it's a
Yep.
hit. I won, you
100%.
lost. Haha. I'm glad I
Oh,
don't do
man.
that anymore though.
Yeah.
Lonnie, can I ask you a personal question?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I remember, I don't remember what episode it was of this podcast, but you had mentioned that, the last months or year of your life, you've changed a lot of things and you've done a lot of stuff. And you mentioned something about your spirituality. Could
Mhm.
you dive into that a little bit? Like, what does that mean for you?
Okay. That's actually a really good question, and one I've not been asked or talked about
Nobody's asked
much.
that yet. Wow.
No,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's really personal, but it's one I'm ready to talk about it. But I don't have a whole lot of clarity yet. But I went on like kind of a health journey with Ryan, and running, and we ended up doing the half marathon together up in Manchester last November, and everything, and during that process, um, I felt I had like these feelings just coming into me. And I've always been really like fairly cynical. And I don't have like all the details. I don't have it all figured out. But at some point, this is going to sound really corny, probably not to you guys, but actually, I told Ryan one night while I was up there, I realized at one point I was like, I'm 100% sure there's a God, and I just had that. I just had that realization moment, and things just started really connecting for me. And I started looking at things differently, looking at people differently. I still am, and I still haven't figured all that stuff out. Like I'm not like a born again Christian or anything like that at this point, but I want to be. But no, it's been it's hard to explain. And I haven't tried to do it, but no, I just had like a spiritual moment, or actually quite a few. Ryan could probably talk a little bit more on it too, because I haven't really voiced this, so I'm not really being really clear. But I had a moment where I just knew there was a God, and everything changed for me. Just my outlook on everything, my approach to people, me understanding what drives other people, me understanding. I feel like I have a better understanding of what pain I've been in. I've been able to identify it in others and not take criticisms quite like I used to. I used to take them to heart, and now like some things I do, but some things, like whenever someone lashes out at me, I'm like, okay, I remember me as that guy. It's not really about me. It's about they're in some kind of pain. And so I'm going to give them a pass, and I'm not going to get engaged with that. You know, like I feel like I've become a lot more, I feel like I see it now to some extent, but I also see a bunch of stuff that I don't understand, and that's kind of overwhelming too. So,
right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so vague.
No, I get it. Were you raised like religious at all? Your parents or anything?
Yeah. I was raised Southern Baptist, and I went to church probably, I went a good bit with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And, but it was just a chore at that point. It wasn't anything I believed in necessarily. I'd go to Sunday school, and it was something to get through.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it was for
I feel
me.
like there's going to be people listening to this podcast and are like, yep, that's me.
Yep.
I had to be in church because my grandma was dragging me in there.
Right. I mean, it wasn't something I was really into or ever really believed in. And I've always kind of wondered, like, is there a God or not? And I never really was at a point where I'm like, there is not a God. But yeah, and I still haven't figured it all out, like I said. So
it's not it's definitely not a bad thing to question things. I forget who it was in the Bible, but I'm a Christian, but I'm not a Bible scholar. But there's somebody in the Old Testament who there's a scripture that said he like wrestled with God. And I was like, man, that's like when you really think about it, like was it David that wrestled with God? And I was like, man, that's rough. Like you're gonna wrestle with anybody, you're gonna just wrestle with God. But it's not a sin to like question things and ask God, like, hey, why do I feel like this? Why does this happen? You know, and God's not gonna guarantee to answer everything, but I think just being having that spirit of questioning and like wondering and being willing to change, you know, as you gather more information and have more things revealed to you, I think is beautiful. So I'll be praying for you, man. This is awesome.
Thank you. And you know, it's also something that like I'm not completely comfortable with too, because I also understand that there's a large part of the population that thinks that's a bunch of hogwash. You're an idiot, like, you know, you make believe stuff or whatever. And I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Because like Ryan has always been, you know, like he's alluded to the Christian, like his Christian side, I guess, or anytime he's talked about religion or God or his faith, I've always like in the past, I was like, you know what? Like, I think that's kind of silly, honestly, deep down. I don't believe that, but I never said anything like that to Ryan, you know, but that's why it makes me a little hesitant to really talk about it much myself, because number one, I don't understand it. And number two, I know a lot of people, it's going to be a big turnoff.
Yeah.
Religion and politics, right?
I don't talk about it openly a lot on our channel, but I think if people know, and I think that's really my job as a Christian that's been given this platform. Like, people don't come to our channel to hear me preach. They come to the channel to see somebody that is a good representation of Christ. Like, my goal is to be who Jesus would be if Jesus were a YouTube reseller. Like, live as closely to that example as I can. But people they really get turned off by that. But I get it both from. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I understand some of it, to some extent, because there's a lot of grift going on in religion too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, but yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Josh. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just going to say, I get it from both ends of the spectrum, though. Like, one time I was at the flea market and somebody just said, "How are you?" And I said, "Blessed and forgiven," just randomly. I don't even know why I said it, just what I felt like saying at the time. And I had like this guy comment on the video just going after. It's like, "What do you mean blessed and forgiven of what? Like, what if it, like," it just freaked out on this. I'm like, you've got some trauma or something if you're getting this upset over me saying that. But then I also, every time I wear, not every time, but I have a Jurassic Park t-shirt that I wear. And this guy's commented 2 or 3 times. He's like, "As a Christian, you shouldn't wear that because dinosaurs are not in the Bible, and that is a sin." I'm like, okay. Or Harry Potter. If we pick up a Harry Potter book, there's people like, "Oh, that's witchcraft." I'm like, calm down. But yeah, people get fired up, man, from both ends.
It was. Thanks for asking that question, Josh.
Yeah, thank you.
Lonnie hasn't really spoken on that, and I know he has wanted to, and he hasn't had like a opportunity to or whatever. And it is uncomfortable. But like, from my perspective, it was really cool to see, because like, I've been a Christian my whole life, and honestly, I fell away for a while. In the past, I would say, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, I was kind of not about the God thing at all. I was just I was running, and but it's interesting because I feel like Lonnie and I both kind of moved back that way at the same time. Like, I was always a Christian, but I never preached it, and like Lonnie will say this, I never really talked to him about God or anything, but he knew my beliefs on it. And it was cool to see just like us, like I think it was just God working, but like us kind of come onto that path at the same time, like I'm coming back to it and he's kind of discovering it. And it was great. It was really cool. So,
and it's always easier to, it's easy to pursue hard things when you pursue it together. So like, both the spiritual side of things and the health things, like you guys said that you kind of teamed up together and did this. So I mean, that's awesome. I've actually been wanting to, because like Retro Rick's a Christian. He used to be a ministry song leader in like this huge mega church in Arkansas, and Phoenix Resale's a Christian. I was like, I need to reach out to these guys and see if we can get like a once a week Bible study, like Monday morning, 6 a.m. or something, just to start the week off with like-minded individuals who kind of do the same thing. And like, hey, here's what this week's look like. Let's start off. You
know what else it's helped me with, Josh? I would like to mention this too, is that we're having you on today. And I think you understand that, like when we invite you here, we're getting a lot from you. Like, you're helping our podcast, because like our numbers, I was like, yeah, I got more views than Harry Tornado on the, I need
to check those views, make sure they're still
I think you understand that was like a joke, right? Like,
yeah.
It was also very true, but it was like, there were factors that were driving that, right?
Yeah.
You get it. Like, I don't think I'm a bigger act or anything, right? I don't think that. But what, like, other than like, there's a few like this show is, I'm so glad you came on too, especially when you went down this road. This is really cool that you did that. But in general, like now when I think of things, not all the time, but with this podcast, we want to serve ourselves, but we really want to serve others too. Like, that's really what we're doing here. We're having you
why we
on
started this.
the reason you're here is because you help us to help others in the future.
Sure.
Yeah. Like we're sapping some of your power to make us more powerful so that we can have more impact ourselves to help other people.
Yeah.
While also hopefully helping ourselves at the same time, because we need to prosper too.
Exactly.
You know? And so that's the way, that's one thing that's changed for me is I want everything that I'm involved in to always be a win-win-win for everybody involved. Yep. I don't know what we're bringing you right now. Hopefully, like that's why we really appreciate you coming, because we don't have a lot to offer for you.
No, I appreciate the invite, man. This is fun. I always like talking with people, and I know, you know, I don't know if you consider it butt heads. We've had some interactions in the past that
we never talked though. We never talked before.
I think I've messaged you on Instagram a couple. Like we had a friendly conversation like after I talked about you on like triple thrift podcast or something, and then it just kind of dissipated. But I don't know. It's just nice to just sit down and talk with people that you know, you've known for a while, but you've never really got to know.
Yeah. No, this has been awesome, man. And like I said, you're kind of in the class of like a Craigslist hunter for me. You know, like you agree to come on, you're not going to get a thing out of it. So this was like it's really cool that you're going to help what we're doing here. I mean, we truly do appreciate that.
Of course, do appreciate it, man. Really,
it's not all about you know, self benefit. Like I you know, it's like a pay it forward type thing. Like we've been blessed with an audience and success and stuff, and at this point I think if we continue to stay humble and help others without expecting anything in return, then the business will just keep growing and keep going regardless. You know, I'm not going to say it's karma, but you know, just keep being nice, keep helping people, keep overpaying for things at the flea market, keep
I'm not going to do that.
People. You know, just
but we actually had that conversation because like it's easy to get off track like when you're trying to build something, especially if maybe the views aren't quite what you want them to be or whatever. We do occasionally remind each other, Ryan, we're like, you know, our mission here is what can we do for others? Like we're not like, yeah, that's why we're here. We want to help.
Literally
others.
Why we started this.
And
this is a result of what, like we were just talking about, what happened last year with us. This podcast.
Yep.
It is. So it's cool. But well, thank you, Josh. This was a great conversation. I did not expect it to get to this part or to go down this road, but I'm thankful it did. That was cool. So
me too. I hope we can maybe have a part 2 one day.
Yeah.
Josh, are you doing any kind of podcasting yourself? Like you used to do stuff like that, man. What happened? You have the time.
I do have the time. I don't know. It's just starting a podcast, especially with 2 other people, is difficult because eventually people just lose interest or start doing, like I did the Josh's of reselling back in the day.
I remember that.
And I haven't even talked to Suburban Beard in 4 years. And a lot of Josh is working some fancy job somewhere. I don't know.
He's in, I think he's like up in New York City or somewhere around or Jersey, like right across from,
Man, when we went to New York for the eBay thing, I met up with him there. Hailey and I had lunch with him, or dinner with him and his wife. And that was the last time I've seen him. And then the Triple Thrift guys, I haven't talked to Joey in a while. I don't really know what he's doing, but we're going to Florida next week. So I'm going to hang out with Drew and hit the bins or something. But yeah, I do not have any podcasts. I'm a lone wolf. Maybe Hailey and I will start something one day. I don't think she's interested in that though.
Nah, and go just play another round of golf, man. You don't need to do that.
Amen.
All right, man. Well, again, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Go subscribe to Harry Tornado. If you haven't.
Substorm.
If for some reason are not subscribed to Harry. But thanks, Josh. This was fun.
Thanks for having me on.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.